It's not cute. Hi. There's like 2 people here, I think. Can't tell. Show yourselves. Hi, Ray. Oh my god, don't. I can't listen to that. I can't even hear that word. It haunts me now. But fucking, he wrote his fucking biography on his stomach. What a fucking weirdo. How have you been after all the revelations? Shocked or not shocked or thought the person was weird? But I want to hear like what other people thought. Hey, Mike. So it's Saturday night here, and I'm just I'm indoors. Let's keep falling over as well. I'm not going out tonight, which is sad. It's like 12 o'clock here at night. Whenever you want. Do you have a Canada citizenship or USA would be handy? Is anyone surprised? Like, really? Yeah. I mean, I thought, to be honest with you all, I'm sure, like, anyone, if a lot of you have seen my live streams or see me in, like, the chats, you can probably tell, like, I was just sort of trolling a bit. But, I don't know, man. I thought he was a creep, but I never would have guessed he was, like, just fucking absolutely sick. I mean, I don't know. I wanted to go out there because I thought, am I just been like a weirdo? I was talking to like a few people about a few people there, and we had sort of conspiracies and stuff like that things were going on. But I don't know. I never thought it'd be like that bad. Well, yeah, well, we don't know, man. Like, hasn't he just disappeared and like pulled all his videos down? I mean, that's the sign of a guilty person right there. Like, I was waiting for him to do the whole, I need this super rare medical treatment and here's my GoFundMe, guys. You're good people or some shit like that. But he's super strange. He's a strange one as well. I don't know, there's just still a few people there like that I get bad vibes about. I don't know, and I think a lot of people maybe are kind of new things, or I don't know. Right? Suddenly now he's virtue signaling everyone. Like, what's that about? And in the era of like what's just come out, in the era of like Me Too and everything, like you're kind of virtue signaling, but then you have this like creepy, you're a self-professed creepy uncle character, and you like have a home for wayward girls, not women, girls, bit. What, I don't know, man. I know it's just like a slang term, but I just thought the first thing he would have done is like burn that sign along with the Goonies flag. So it is weird that he's like, hey, I told you guys, but I just think that whole hippie persona is a bit of a persona as well. Because not many actual hippies I've met call themselves hippies and run around talking hippie jazz and peace and love and send me some money. That's really alien to like the real kind of older hippies I've met. I don't know. Exactly. I get that there's probably like 30% that are just very artistic or don't feel that they belong in society or things like that. But I think a lot of people go out there to start over, and a lot of people go out there to run from something or hide, and I don't know. It's sad though. It's sad, but I think, I mean, it's amazing it didn't go further, and more people. I mean, what happened was awful, but it could have been a lot worse because it was getting to the point where people were all going to go out there, and I don't know. It's like he was trying to be like the next Manson or something. It's a bit scary. Mm, I see what you're saying. Like, I think you should trust your gut instincts about people as well. Like, if you get a vibe from someone, you get a vibe from someone. I mean, I don't know. I used to. I guess I was a bit optimistic, but I used to years ago think that it was such a cool place. From Into the Wild and all that thing. And now I would not feel comfortable going there like by myself at all. From what I hear, like I don't know. Oh man, yeah. What's that guy's channel? Like for real, Dog Lips, Big Matt's Balls, like all those channels. I mean, some of them they're coming for people, and I think we're gonna see like a lot more stuff happening, a lot more stuff coming out, which is sad, but I don't know. It's good that it's all coming out and not hidden. Because after that, now I think hopefully a lot of people like. I'm sure like there are kids growing up there that are fine and been homeschooled and having like a bit of a hippie alternative life or whatever, but I don't know if like in the middle of the desert is a place for kids, especially after what's happened. I don't know. I think people like will maybe think a bit more. I feel sorry for like the mother of those kids as well because she's been quite badly slandered by people. And I sort of think, why is it in their interest to ruin the mother's reputation? Like, that threw me through a bit of a loop. I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Ray Ray. Like, I mean, a lot of stuff's gone down there. Oh, that makes sense, Chris. Like, because as well, it's becoming sort of a tourist attraction now as well. So, I don't know, once a place becomes like that, they're like, yeah. So, yeah, they'll need to protect people and all that sort of thing. Because Salvation Mountain is like, I haven't been, but I've heard it's like really busy. Like it's hard to find it quiet now. So, oh my god, yeah, those two guys and that girl, and like, God, I hope that money to get that girl home actually went to her, and I hope like they didn't do anything fuck to her because she was like an emotional wreck. I don't know. Yeah, and it's a shame, Jason. Like, it's it's like I don't know. It's such a nice idea that there's this utopia somewhere where we can all go and you know start eco villages or whatever, like sustain ourselves. But the shit thing is, like those sort of places just attract fucking dark and dodgy people. It's the same in the UK. There's some eco villages and the stuff that's gone on in them. It's just like fucked because unfortunately, like the scum of the earth are sort of attracted to those places as well because they're so kind of remote and they're their own society and they, govern themselves and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, all over it, trying to look like good people. If someone has to tell you like repeatedly they're a good person, there's something fucked there. But I guess if you say something enough times to people, they'll believe that shit. I just think, like, what was even real? Like, I don't know. I'd say he comes from like a pretty wealthy family, or the sponsors funding his lifestyle. But then, why would a sponsor want to fund a random nobody in the middle of Slab City? It's so weird. So weird. Um, oh, there's some new airship communities in New Mexico. They aren't free though. But are they super expensive? Or is it just like you pay a fee to join? I don't know. Maybe in a way that if you have to register and stuff or something like that, it would put off. But then it sort of defeats the point of, anyone can come and join. I don't know. So where are all you guys? I've got such a bad high metal chicken something something. Where are all you people from? It's literally midnight here now. So I might turn into like a werewolf or a goblin or a vampire or some shit. Just to warn you. You buy the land. Oh, and then build your own off-grid house. That's cool. There's a beautiful one they call Illinois, 6 p.m. Hey, Lost Dog. Illinois. I'm trying to think of like geography. Is that like north? Like northwest? I think. How old am I? I am old as fuck. Right now I'm camped in my RV on a fishing dock on the coast of Oregon, watching people fish for crabs on the dock. Wow. I miss traveling so much. I haven't traveled in so long, guys. Like, I don't know if you guys get it, but where you're in like the same place for ages and you're working and trying to do things and I don't know, I get such like itchy feet. I don't know. And then I feel like really trapped. And usually I just run away. But this time I'm just trying to stay, like save some money. I've got a lot of family stuff going on at the minute. So that's going to be like life changing, which a bit scary. But so I'm just sort of sorting stuff out. And then I'm hoping to get to, I'm looking at going to America maybe. We'll see how that goes. But definitely I want to go to Bali. So probably November, December, November to January, February, I'll be traveling. And then I'll be filming like a lot more as well. Like live streams from fun places. But yeah, Oregon. A lot of my friends moved from London to Portland. It's kind of like a hipster place, I've been told. And they love it there. They think it's amazing. But yeah. Do you fish or not? I don't fish. Little crabs. The little guys. Missouri, Chicago by Lake Michigan. Wow, so many places I want to go in America. It's so big. I feel like you could just travel America for like a year and still not see a lot of it. Uh, what's Chicago like, Ray Ray? And what's Missouri like? Is Chicago really windy, or is that a cheesy question? Ah, so it's Port. Do you think I'd like Portland or not? Because I've got places to stay there, like on friends' couches. Rick, how are you? When are we gonna do our debate? I've been researching. Ryan, I cannot confirm or deny that. It's a cigar. Chicago is a shithole. Last weekend, 66 people were shot. 15 of them died. Oh, fuck. So is there a gun problem there? Like, what's... gangs, guns, like mafia type thing? See, on TV, on films and stuff, Chicago looks amazing. And like, yeah, but then I guess London looks amazing, like on YouTube and stuff like that. But when you come here, it's like, I mean, it's nice for tourists, but living here, like, it, yeah, it's not as glam as you think. And you kind of get bored of doing, like, you know, the same things again and again, same bars. Chicago is a cesspool, so anyway, crime, bad weather, sucks, people are rude. Wow. If you like outdoorsy stuff, Utah is cool, that's where I am. Oh, cool. I've heard, are the salt flats there? I think it's Utah. There's salt flats. I really want to go there. Oh my god, Rick says London never looks good, Lex. That's true, yeah. I mean, no, okay, for my live streams, from, I don't know, next week, I guess. After the 21st, my life's gonna like be more chill. But I found like some places that also have like Wi-Fi. So here's hoping, because when I've tried to do it before, it's killed my data, and I can't really get another SIM because I use this like phone number for work as well. London is way better than Chicago. I don't know, I've never been to Chicago. But then everywhere looks like better than where you are. Like some of my friends are in Tokyo. It looks so good, but they're like, no, it's so expensive. Like my apartment's costing me this much, and it's tiny, and you know they work like so much here. But to me, like life there looks just amazing. And they got so much Hello Kitty stuff and unicorn stuff and South now in Chile. Chile's cornfields, dude. That isn't Chicago. Salt flats are. I'm just like parrot reading chat, sorry. Salt flats, they look amazing. I'd love to get like one of those, like, I don't know, we call them like dune buggies. That like, you know, I try to explain these to Zane, like quad bikes and go on them. That looks so much fun. Who's I've never seen this guy Metal Chickens before, but he's like trying to get me arrested. I'm in LA, it's fine, it's legal. The U-Crafter. Okay, I don't have Snapchat, I'm afraid. I don't use it. I used it for a little bit, but then I stopped. I have Instagram. Let's have a look. I don't know any of my usernames, guys. I'm so sorry. I got because I had to change them all. Let's see. Instagram, I am. Oh, Lexi_unicorn33. I need to change that. 33 and a toad. It's awful Irish accent. Gunshots and sirens. Like every night. That's insane. Virgin does an absolutely unlimited SIM for £25. It's tempting just for the data, but I have to have this phone on a lot for work. So I don't know what to do. Can I yell Escada? Escada. Are you trying to make me say Escada? Escada. I've yelled it. I don't know what that means. It's a fashion house. right? Escada, I think. Yeah. Maybe just like super fan of the brand. You don't even have a bank account because you don't. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I would just love to be completely off the grid, but unfortunately, I have to stay very much on it for the moment, which kind of sucks. And I'm being taxed soon to fuck, which is scary. Um, London has more privacy laws than we do in the States. I'm not sure. I think we've recently improved them a bit, but we do have like CCTV like everywhere. That is a big thing here, which is good on one hand, bad on the other. So it depends how you describe it. What are my thoughts on gun control? Listen, I get it. I get it. It doesn't go well when I talk about US politics on here. I get like 50 evil messages. Um, gun control. Okay. I understand the amendment right to own a gun. I think there should be a vote. I think just throw it out to democracy, a fair democracy with no hacking. But I think like the main thing they could do is like just people having to renew it. I know it's a ball ache for all the NRA people, but maybe if you guys had to renew your gun licenses like every 6 months with a doctor's letter saying this person's sane, and I don't know, make them do some sort of psychiatric fucking weird test, because it just seems like so many people just slipping through the system. But then I guess if you really want to get a gun, you'll get a gun. Like same here, if someone really wants to buy a gun, they'll buy one. And then guns are completely illegal here. So it's crazy. Fuck, everything just got really busy while it's like in my head. Escada is your brand. Okay. Hey Ali, would I describe myself as a Nazi? No, I'm not a Nazi. I firmly believe the Holocaust did happen. I think Hitler's evil. I think fascism is evil. I think we're a bit dangerously close to getting into fascism at the minute, especially in England. Yeah. Hobo Army. Hey Zane. Zane Sparrow. Ryan C. You own shit. You own shit. Okay. Alison. Oh my god, Joanne, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. Zane is on the third eye or some shit like that. What does that mean? Ray, new mandatory ID called Real ID in the States, facial recognition. Yeah, like facial, I mean, I hate that shit, but facial recognition could be a good thing to implement into gun control and IDs and that sort of shit. A guy called Charles has a crush on me, Lex. He's quite the looker. Oh, hook me up. Haven't changed your license yet. You're really pro gun. I'd love to know your thoughts then, Jason, because I mean, I'd say I'm central, but I lean towards just like banning guns because that's what I'm used to here. So it's hard for me to be objective. But I'd love to hear someone's opinions that's really like pro gun. I'm gonna grow a beard before I get the new license and shave it off. Jesus, that's a good idea. Hey Charles. So what's been happening with Zane? Someone fill me in. Unless I'm blocked again, I can't see any of his streams. So, fuck knows. Has he found God or like some crazy stuff, or like, what's been going? What have I missed? Has he got a burrow? Is he in the desert? What is going on? Charles, your streams, like, they're so good. The one where you were walking around and like, that's, yeah, so cool. It looks really pretty where you live. I think, like, is it Detroit? I'm just like so not with that. Ray Ray got mine with purple hair and the beard, then shaved it off. Where has Rick's Biscuits been? That is the real question. Do I believe in left-wing fascism or right or both? I believe both can happen, and I think we're at a bit of a dodgy stage in politics where it's like the extreme left are kind of eating the left, and the extreme right are kind of rising into some quite influential power positions, and I just think it's a little bit dodgy that the middle ground is just been kind of ignored, and the media on both sides are focusing on the extremes. So I'll type up my Instagram thing. Yeah, only 2 likes. Oh, I'm not here for the likes. I spent 2 weeks in London once and some cop got shot. I was surprised they made such a big deal out of it. Turns out it was American that shot the guy with the homemade gun. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, there are guns here. We have access to the deep web here. We have, gangs. It's a thing here as well, but it's just our problem is knife crime. That's what the kids are all killing each other with. I think the scary thing in the USA is the school shootings, is the Elliot, what's his name? That guy, the incel king. The fuck, Elliot Rogers, kids like that having access to a gun, where like they're clearly like fucked up in the head. Like it's I don't know. It's got to find a way how to keep their little paws off the guns. But yeah, I've shot a gun. We have clay pigeon shooting here. No, but I did, like, I've been to a gun range, and I get it. Like it's a powerful feeling. It's like an adrenaline thing. Like I understand. Don't really understand the hunting thing so much, but we have fox hunting here, so how the fuck can I, judge that? Yeah, don't like the whole hunting thing, but I get it's kind of an institution there, like. So I don't know, man. I don't know. So Zane hasn't been on. Well, a lot of pro-gun people. I'd love to hear like what it is. Is it a protection thing? Is it like you were brought up hunting? Is it? I don't know. I'd just like to know why you're really pro-guns. Is it because of like FEMA camps and all that kind of thing? Yeah. Well, what's going to happen when you run out of bullets? I'd love to go to London and Ireland, Lexi. We can do a house swap, but you better like dogs. I love dogs. I've got 2. Yeah, then Oscar and Ollie. I've got a jug, a Jack Russell and pug mix, and then a pug that's Ollie. But yeah, I'd love to do a house swap. That'd be fun. He lives at Countries. My Instagram is Lexi_unicorn33. But I'm going to change that number because I just don't like it. It's not for anything. Did Zayn make it out of Mexico? I've been travelling and haven't kept up. No idea. The last I saw, he was with Cal going back to Mexico, but who knows? You can't allow guns in the UK based purely on the deaths from guns in other countries that have guns. The death toll is real. Yeah, I agree, Rick. I'm sort of thinking of like the arguments for and against like gun control in America. But yeah, here I don't think guns would really work. We had Dunblane here, which was like our biggest school shooting, and straight after that, even like recreational gun use laws were really clamped down on. And touch wood, I don't believe we've had one since. He was at Countries. Oh, thank you, Charles. Charles is funny. I love Charles. I think he's great. And Dog Lips. And all the trolls. I love doing it. Yeah, it buffered. That's what it was, just a buffering stream. Incel king. Well, Elliot Rogers is the king of the incels. I live in Littleton, let's see. Oh yeah, the Columbine shooting. That was crazy. And you know what I only just discovered? You know the song Foster the People, Pumped Up Kicks? Like, I looked at the lyrics the other day and it's like, what the fuck? It's all about, like, it's from a school shooter's point of view. It's really odd. Like, so weird. My last name is Fox, don't hunt fox. Oh, well, I don't, but a lot of the aristocracy here love to go out with a load of beagles and tear a fox apart. It's very strange. Knife crime happens in London past NYC for killing, and it's nice now. People who want to kill will use cars and whatever else is around. I believe that. However, I believe you can at least defend yourself against someone with a knife. If if you have any means to. When someone's got a gun, you're fucked. Like, you're dead. I was brought up hunting, and yes, defense also. Yeah, okay. I believe they're restricted enough already, and they need to enforce the laws. All past school shooters showed lots of signs. Lots of signs. Police were also involved. They ignored the problems. I think that's a big part of it. I think when you've got someone that shows high sociopathy or like high psychosis, I think, and they're kind of making mental posts and things like that, I think they should kind of be monitored, because in the past it's always kind of been, they've always had this past of like writing mad things on forums. And I mean, I'm thinking of Elliot Rogers, but there's others as well. And I mean, how on earth didn't his mom like ring the police and stuff, right? It's so weird. A lot of people think having a gun makes their dick bigger. Unfortunately, so many people have guns you're forced to carry one or be unarmed when someone pulls one. Yeah, that's the catch-22, isn't it? If like everyone else has got one, you're kind of then walking around as not target, but yeah, you feel unprotected. So I can see if I move somewhere by myself, that everyone has guns, and yeah, I think I'd probably end up getting one. Or maybe if I had kids or something to protect. Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, I just think there needs to be way stricter laws, like way stricter. Is that word, stricter? But I think some sort of psychological checkup or something, and like every few months rather than years. Charles is mean, called me. Oh, I take everything Charles says with a pinch of salt, to be honest. He's called me like so much. Drag queen, tranny, everything. Just take it as compliments. Pumped Up Kicks is crazy, that song. It's like, I always thought it was like this happy pop song, but no, he's describing like fucking going to shoot up your school. It's like, it's so weird. Oh my god, Rick's going on the Alex Jones shit. That's another thing. What are your guys' thoughts on like Alex Jones just being kicked from like YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, where else? Spotify. Like, they've all kicked him. What, like, okay, number one, what do you think? Do you think that's right or wrong? And number two, if you were him, like, what would you do? Would you start up? I think he might start up his own independent YouTube, which someone should have done by now. But I don't know. I don't think that's in YouTube's best interest, and I don't think that's in people's best interest. And I think a lot of people were kind of keeping an eye on Alex Jones, and now we're not going to be able to. He's going to put a paywall up to see his content, so he can say whatever he wants. I don't know. I think that's a bad idea, YouTube. And so behind again. Okay, where do we start? Chicago's anti-police and they get stolen guns and shoot each other. They can't be... Oh, I don't know. I think the police here and there, there's some like bad eggs in police forces as well. Seems there's kind of a lot of strange stuff with the school things, but I'm kind of a conspiracyist. Yeah, I'm into conspiracy theorists at all. Why can't I talk? I'm so tired and stoned. I'm into conspiracy theories as well. But I don't know, the thing of like crisis actors and all of that. There's a couple that I think, yeah, that's weird. But then I don't know. I've been interviewed for the news like 3 times in my life. So someone could say, oh, she's a crisis actor. But no, it's just like I've been in the vicinity. I don't know. I don't know. The one with the dad, that was very weird, where he was like laughing and then he, you know. I mean, it's not that crazy to think. I mean, years ago you'd be called crazy for saying you think 9/11 was an inside job. And you'd be like, how can you say that? People died. I mean, I do believe there are false flags, and I think 9/11 is probably the biggest. So, you know, you never call me a tranny, I'm a pure woman. Don't know about pure, but I am a woman. I have 2 kids, married, and take the police 45 minutes to respond and get to my house. Fuck. I will always carry a gun and it needs to stay legal. I'm not a criminal. See, in that kind of situation, I get it. Like, I get it. I mean, I don't have kids, but I understand, like, once you have kids, that's you, like, protecting those fucking kids. Like, I get that. And I think it's people like that, yeah, should be allowed one. But then it's like the storage of that. Where do you put that? Where, like, not, you know, your kids are probably normal and lovely children, but say there's like some crazy fucking Elliot Rodgers that can get a hold of that. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like more laws on storage of guns, or I don't know. You think it's bullshit, Jason. You're pissed about him being banned. Alex Jones shouldn't be banned. You can block and not watch something if you don't want to see it. He has his own website. He always has. He had 6 or 7 biggest apps that are on iTunes. Whoa, I didn't know that. So he's very influential. Don't talk about Alex. Black Hawk helicopters dropping gay frogs, making the population gay with fluoridated gay bisexual frogs. What the fuck? Oh yeah, it was that meme, wasn't it? Like, Obama turned my frogs gay with chemicals. Okay. Charles is drunk. I'm high. Rick's Rick. Everyone else is making really sensible points. I need to pull my shit together. He's crazy but doesn't call for violence or cause problems. People choose what they watch, and the SJWs going around complaining need to stop and don't watch what they don't want to. Here's the thing. I'd say a lot of Alex Jones' audience is kind of there for the meme. Does that make sense? Just the meme of Alex Jones. I'm not a right-wing conservative whatever person by any means, but I was subscribed to Alex Jones because I thought he was fucking hilarious, and I just wanted to keep an eye on him. So, like Ben Shapiro, I don't agree with any of his politics, but I love the way he puts an argument together, and I think he's an amazing speaker. So I'm subscribed to him. I think a lot of the normal thinking left, like, don't just automatically like want to shut out everything and don't want to like just go like, I think there's a select group of extreme left-wing people, and they shout the loudest, so they get heard the most, and they're just giving the left the most fucking awful reputation right now. We just look like a little bunch of like fucking, for want of a better word, crybabies, just going around losing our shit on Twitter. and reporting videos. And it's like, that's not what the left is about. The left is meant to be about free speech, democracy. Like, those are hard fought fucking rights. And when you want to silence your opponents or your opposition, surely that's the like opposite of democracy. That's stepping into fascism, you know, territory. It's anyway, that's a rant. Sorry. I'll probably get banned from YouTube now because you're not. And then H3 stream got like shut off because he was talking about Alex Jones. It's so weird. He's crazy, but it doesn't call for violence or cause problems. People choose what they watch, and the SJWs going around complaining need to stop and don't watch what they don't want to. Mess with people, they fight back. Do you know, I don't even think it was the SJWs. I think it's left-leaning companies that got together because so many companies did it. It was like they all spoke to each other. And these are like Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. They're left-wing companies. I don't know. I just think that's very dangerous because on the extreme side, can you imagine? I'm trying to think of an extreme left-wing person. Who would be on the extreme left? Okay, say I was like an ultra extreme left feminist, and I sat on here with my hairy armpits out, reading you feminist poetry, lecturing you on like The Handmaid's Tale and how it relates to life now, which I believe to a certain extent that we could end up, in a dystopian version of that book. But if I sat here and did that and I gave, my opinion on like conspiracies, 9/11, Pizzagate, but from a left liberal point of view, and I had the fan base that Alex Jones had, I don't think an extreme left person would have been shut down. Which, that's kind of scary. And it shows the power that YouTube, Google, Facebook, Apple, they all have, and the power they all have to get together and do something targeted to an individual. And that's kind of scary. Yeah, it's weird. Hey Bob, sorry, I'm just going on weird rants. I wonder what happens if you fluoridate a frog. Oh yes, and 9/11 was a flag for war in Iraq. Yeah, agreed. I think like most people think that way now, and it's almost kind of accepted, which is fucked. Yeah. Afghanistan, finishing Daddy's war. Couldn't have put it better myself. Finishing up Daddy's job, wasn't he? The left-wing media, I agree. The left-wing media owners all stay together. One ban someone, they all do. Yeah, and that's scary. That's scary that these massive companies have a kind of pack pack psychology, and they seem to share a political ideal, which is worrying. Surely they should be neutral and like unbiased and just stay the fuck out of politics. I don't know. I understand like not letting ISIS videos on YouTube because that is inciting violence, but I don't, or like someone like Unabomber coming on here doing like a 40-minute live stream. Do you know, like that? I get it, but in what I saw, he didn't like call for violence. I mean, some of his ideas were a bit out there, but I don't know. Maybe he should have just said allegedly after everything, and he'd have been fine. Isn't that fucked? Lexia, class your thoughts as idealism. I'm sorry, but that will never happen in our lifetime, especially not with Rick. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, oh man. I really want to like you, Rick. And then you say shit like that. And I'm like, why? It's just like religion. it's religion. It's someone reads a different book to you, Rick. Don't get so fucking caught up on it. It's all the same beliefs and shit. Honestly, it is. Read them. Read the books. That's what I recommend for you to do. Read the Quran. Read the Torah. Read the Bible. Read the fucking Roman Missal, the Catholic book. Read fucking Aleister Crowley. Read Anton Slender LaVey. Read into Kabbalah. It's all the same shit. Okay? They just interpret it in different ways. Like, anyway. Rick, I lived in Phoenix. Sorry, okay, I missed one. ISIS videos promote and teach violence that should be banned everywhere, and it's not. Yeah. But then that's the internet. Like, the internet's always going to be the Wild West. You're always going to get mad stuff on there. Like, there's bloody, like, mad, like, KKK stuff online and ISIS stuff and fucking, in England, like, English Defence League stuff. And it's just, there's always going to be, because it's the internet, because, you know, we sitting at home can put up whatever the hell we want. But what scares me is all this stuff's going to be driven more and more underground. So we're not going to actually know the truth of where a lot of people's political ideologies are falling. So we're going to have a shock if suddenly like a massive fascist party starts up, or suddenly like a massive, you know, ultra left-wing party pops up, advocating communism or something like that. Like, we're not going to know where it's at because we're driving everything underground. And I think that's so fucking stupid. I think it's stupid. Anyway, Rick, I lived in Phoenix for 5 years downtown. Black quarters are real, 3 to 4 times a year. Jesus. Okay, hang on. I'm so behind. The Quran has... I don't know. Listen, Rick, the Bible, all of that, it's stories on the condition of human life. Like the Greek myths are, it's people's perspective on life and things that happen to people. And, you know, you can take what you want from that. I'm not sitting here as someone who's like mega into the Bible, because I'm not. I'm an ex-Catholic, but it's, you know, they're just books. And for books, they cause a hell of a lot of trouble. Thank you, Charles. It's working. It's a non-believer. Have you ever been to a Muslim country, Lexi? Any of your friends? Yeah, I've lived in a Muslim country. I lived in Morocco for a long time. I've been to Egypt and Dubai and a lot of my neighbours here are Muslim. A lot of them are Turkish. Okay, quote that paragraph to me then, where it says that. Because this is the problem with a lot of, I mean, when people say the Quran says to do this, the Bible says to do a lot of nasty shit too, but, you know, it's all about interpretation. Am I married? No. Fuck no. No way. Rick is single. Rick wouldn't like me because I've got other races in my blood. I think Rick scares me. Rick doesn't like me because I'm an immigrant, basically. Lexi, is that a pink Vivienne Westwood scarf? No, it's a Victoria's Secret dressing gown or bathrobe. This is why I like your chat. You have many totally different ideas on things than others, but you can have rational thoughts about them. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. When I was younger, I went to an art school and I was very idealistic, and I used to read a lot of Karl Marx, and I thought, oh yeah, this is the solution to everything. And I don't know. I guess deep down I'm probably left wing because I'm, you know, Corbynite. But think it's very dangerous to just listen to one point of view. And I think left-wing people are good at like creative strategies and empathy and listening to problems, whereas conservative right-wing people seem to be very good at making like rational decisions, dealing with power structures, looking at the economic side of things. So I think the way we've been deceived a bit is to be all split up when really we should be fucking all together, sorting the world out and the planet out. And I think that's kind of sad that the political system has been made in such a way that we're so busy arguing with each other. We never have discussions and come up with actual like good solutions that aren't totally biased to one side or the other. So I don't know. Yeah. Morocco is very tolerant though on the coast. Yeah, I was on the coast in Essaouira for a long time. I did go to Marrakesh and I did go to a lot of villages in the mountains, and I never had a problem. But then I never put myself in stupid situations, and I think that's the key for women traveling all over the world, wherever you are. Yeah, I mean, I've got a pyramid obsession. Victoria's Secret. What is Victoria's Secret? Like, what is that girl hiding? I was live yesterday, so I'm not scary. I haven't seen your video yet, but you are a bit scary. I'm scared. I'm scared if I ever met you, and like one of my like Muslim friends or black friends walked up, you just like massively offend them. To be honest. Oh, look. Oh, Ritz a beefcake. Damn. I always think of Rick as like Rick in Rick and Morty. That's like what comes to my head. Heavily involved in, I don't know what that means. Oh, right, Lost Civilizations. Yeah. Politics is a way to be involved in places. I think some of the problems is when it's so out in the open and everyone is talking about politics. The extreme sides get most of the attention. Both sides are guilty. The extreme sides and uninformed people are the issues mainly, in your opinion. Yeah, I think that's true. I think the extreme left gets way too much press. And I don't know. I mean, I just what annoys me with the extreme left. I have a few like trans friends and friends that are drag queens and things like that, and they're getting a bit kind of fed up with constantly like being used as like a political tool. When a lot of them, yeah, it's nice if you're respectful, but they don't really give a shit that much about what you call them and things like that, to the point where it becomes law. Does that make sense? Like, because they don't generally hang around with people that call them like the wrong pronoun anyway. So I don't know. Like, I personally don't care. I'll call people whatever the fuck they want, like, you know. But I think the debates that have been focused on are just so fucking stupid right now, when there's like massive things going on in the world that we're just kind of sweeping under the rug because they keep the left and right just arguing. And I think we're just all being fooled. I think we should just, I don't know, anarchy in the UK and the USA. I seem well educated. What led me to the hobo? What led me to the hobo was like um, living while traveling was like a reality for me. So I was looking at van lives and conversions and trying to, you know, get ideas. And then I think, what did I watch? I was looking at Slab City, and I was sort of trying to get different viewpoints on it. And I saw Cornelius's videos, and then I think that led me to Zayn. And then from Zayn, I saw like Coz's stuff, and then I was like, no, I'll go back to Zayn. And then I saw like Mike's stuff, and I was like, nah. So yeah, that was like my progression. He thinks I'm big because I fill a doorway. That's pretty big. I can't fill a doorway, to be fair. Are you like a rugby player, Rick? I can imagine you playing rugby. One thing the media doesn't tell you that a rally in Portland a week ago was organised by a trans person. There are gays and trans people on all kinds of races on the conservative side also. Yeah, there is. I mean, a massive figure on YouTube is a transsexual girl called Blair White, and she's mega conservative. And, but it is crazy the Conservative Party don't use that to their advantage in terms of spin and PR, like people like her. But I don't know, like people are people. Some people are very left brain, some people are very right brain, some people are very, what's the terms, empathetic and altruistic. Some people are very rational and logical and economical. So it's just, there's, I think a lot of whether you're left leaning or right leaning or extreme right or extreme left is just a product of personality type, to be honest. Just in my experience, like the people I know that are right wing are very very logical, very good with money, very rational, analytical people. And then the people I know that are very left wing are artistic, and they empathise with people. They like to think about society, the environment, usually vegetarian or vegan, interested in like music and the arts. And that's not to say that's like that for everyone. I'm just talking about the people I know. So I think it's like a personality type thing. And I think also where you grow up as well. But then my family are very right wing. Jesus, my brothers are like massive Tommy Robinson. Is it Tommy? There's one that's a motivational speaker, one not so much, and I get them mixed up. But yeah, they're like, I don't know, they read like the Sun newspaper, and one of my brothers, it's like, I don't know, he lives in Spain, so he's an immigrant into Spain, yet he moans about immigrants in London, and his sister's an immigrant, and his mum's an immigrant. But it's different because why? That's what bothers me, the why. And we have a lot of rows over it. Anyway, so behind again. No, Charles, you're wrong. Lexi's on the borderline of intelligence. 1 or 2 more IQ points and she could tip either way. No, actually, guys, I'm a complete airhead. I don't know. There's probably more on the left side, but they're on both sides. Yeah, exactly. I think there's a mix of all different types of people on both sides. I genuinely think it's personality type. Maybe the accent. I bought Cornelius a sword cleaning kit. Jesus. A pack of wet wipes. I don't know what that means. It's probably a Cole Pilkington quote, and I've forgotten it. My grandfather worked under Dick Cheney when he worked for Halliburton before Bush came into power. Oh, damn. I bet you've got some stories. That would be interesting. If Conservatives were to use that to their advantage, it would get used against us saying we are using them or something. Yeah, I can see that. And that is the sad thing about politics, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the TV show or the film, The Thick of It, or the film is called In the Loop. It's amazing. And it's kind of all about, the inner workings of Parliament in the UK. And you know, from people I know that have worked in politics, it's very accurate, and it's all about spin doctors and, you know, I don't know, I probably same name there, like PR and media connections and, you know, what papers are on your side, what papers are on their side. It's so fucking stupid. It's such a fallacy. And I wanted to work in politics for so long, and I've just got so disillusioned because it's just all surface level bullshit. And it's, especially in the UK, it's like a fucking circus. They just sit there going rah 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 against each other, and it's like no wonder kids aren't that interested in this, because it's just a load of old men, especially the House of Lords. That's another rant. But yeah, our political system here is, it's mental. It's crazy. But we have a nice innuendo. There's a guy called Black Rod in the Houses of Parliament, which none of my American friends could get their head around, because apparently it means something different. I didn't know that. I was just trying to explain how like the ceremony worked. But yeah. Okay, where am I? Illumina says it's all bullshit. Everything's fake. It's all a lie. Yeah, I agree. And it's scary once you lift the hood off that shit. It's just like, what? Oh, thank you, Charles. I'm a bit scared you're being nice to me. That scares me, like, I feel like my fucking address is gonna get leaked or something. This is like the, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's a good metaphor for that, but the high before the fall. I'd love to know, like the Charles Zane thing. Like I'm waiting for that video. In the Loop, I'll have to see that. Thanks for recommending. In the Loop's brilliant, and the series, if you like In the Loop, you'll like the thick of it. It's very funny. It's like a mockumentary type thing, similar to how kind of you know, The Office and the original Office, that kind of style of filming. I love them. Charles is packing 8 inch of pipe. We saw it earlier. It's like, what the fuck? Why am I need to read things before I read them out. What the fuck? It's been a lot cooler today. Yeah, thank God it's been raining. It's why my hair's a bit insane. It's been raining like hell. Oh, that's so nice, Charles. I can't believe it. I've won Charles round. Everyone better watch out. I'll have Charles as like a mod. Charles will be my Jeff fucking Dillman. That guy, like, what? He's mod everywhere. What's going on? One thing with the media coverage that's negative I've noticed is people running for office will hide real views because of bad media coverage and banning. That's scary to think of hiding views. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, can you... like, Trump didn't, I guess. He was pretty fucking out there with what he thought, but it scares me that Donald Trump is fucking America's president. That blows my mind. That's like, what the fuck? Like, what is life? It's so weird. I don't know. It's like we have this guy here, Alan Sugar, who does like the English version of The Apprentice, and he's in the fucking House of Lords. Like, so he can literally, like, he's a lord. He can change the laws like with his vote. It's just like fucking mind blowing. Reality TV people are like in positions of power. Like, what the fuck? That's so weird. It's just so weird. Why free speech? Yeah, free speech is very important, and I know people can abuse it, but I mean, we need it. Like, people fucking died for that shit. People are still dying around the world for the right to speak freely and protest, and we're taking it away from people here. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Speaking of Hyperloop, I don't know much about it, to be honest. Is that Elon Musk thing in LA, the Hyperloop? Is that right? The thing underneath LA? Or am I just like on another planet again? Yeah, I read it. I'm an idiot. You might want to take that comment back about me being smart. Okay, not reading that. Let's see. I found only one truth. Do you want to know what that one single truth is? Yes, I would very much like to know that. Trump has an over 50% approval rating at the minute. I mean, I think that's fucking high. It's 11% in the UK. It's pretty low, and that was before he came. So I don't know what it is now. Wow. Trump will be re-elected. I have inside the Boring Company. Let's see. Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah, is that like a website with like yeah? Trump will be re-elected. So are they hackers? I don't know. I think all of our elections are just going to be hacked from now on, to be honest. And it's whoever, like the Rothschilds of the world, want in power. Even if people don't agree that over half of the population of the USA, that's 160 million, approve and support him, that's too many to ignore. Trump will be re-elected unless he breaks the law. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm not going to give my opinion on Trump again because I had like hate messages on my personal Facebook for going to that protest. It's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, I'm there for Palestine and some other shit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like Trump. I didn't like Trump before he was president, and I don't like him now. I didn't like him before he even had a notion of running for president. I don't like what he did in Scotland to people. I don't like what he's done to English and Irish like craftsmen that he's ripped out of. Anyway, yeah, ripped off for money. I can't talk. I'm going to have to delete this after. It'd be too embarrassing. The boring. Oh, Elon Musk thing. Yeah. What? Why am I thinking hackers? Too high. My mind's going everywhere. Oh, okay. So what's the Hyperloop? Johnson arsehole, I won't lie, but he does it for the free media coverage. Yeah. And that's the sad thing about politics. It's all about who can just shout loudest now and get the most clicks per minute and all that sort of shit. Even if he does break, it's all okay as long as it's not too harsh. He will be re-elected. Story on cards. Well, more protests for me, I guess. What do I think about the situation in the slabs? Interested to hear your opinion. Also, do you think the Podesta brothers kidnapped Madeline? Okay, question number 2 about the Podestas. I think those sketches of those two, I got shivers when I saw the sketches and then watched Pizzagate. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, nothing would surprise me at this point in my life. And this deep into the rabbit hole of YouTube conspiracy theories, that it wouldn't. I mean, stranger things have fucking happened. Put it that way. About the stuff in the slabs, I never liked Mike. I made that clear to you guys on the tattoo stream. I think if someone writes something like that on themselves, to me, I didn't know he was a paedophile, but he came across as a predatory, creepy guy. He came across as very dominant on the streams, and I think if someone says, I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, it's like, are you? Why do you have to keep telling everyone? Yeah, so I don't know. But then you couldn't say anything on that stream. It's like, Mike, you're hot. Adobe, you're so hot. Because if you gave your opinion on anything, they'd just ban you. or put you in a timeout. So in the end, I used to just go on and rant about flat Earth to just piss them off. But yeah, I'm angry. I wanted to go out there because I wanted to see. I was talking to another person that was always in the chat, an American guy, like on Skype a lot, and we both thought that he was a weirdo. And we both wanted to go out there and see if he really was like a creep. And to be honest, when all of that stuff came out, I wasn't that. I mean, I was shocked at the allegations and the charges, but I thought out of all of them, he gave that vibe, if that makes sense. And that tattoo now makes me feel sick, and he makes me feel sick. And I do believe he's guilty because I think why from quite a young age you've got a list of charges, and yeah, you may have settled one, but for instance, if I was accused of something like that, all my friends would be around me saying, "No way, she's a good person. She'd never do this. This is disgusting shit that she'd never be involved with." And I would be pleading my innocence. My family would be making fucking websites for me, Free Lexi Unicorn. That is the normal thing that happens when someone's fucking innocent. So far, all his brothers have been slagging him off or run away from him, and that looks very fucking suspicious. And it looks very suspicious when people are slandering the mother of the children and trying to identify the children, because when you do that, the case loses credibility. And I don't trust I wouldn't trust any of these YouTubers until we fully see what they're about, or until you yourself meet them. I just take it all with a pinch of salt. Don't give any of your money to them, and just keep them at arm's length, because I think as well people can change the minute that you bring in like super chats and money and donations into things. And then yeah, anyway, that's my rant over. Let's go. Okay, Trump. Where were we? Okay, Rick's comment. And look for my comment on one of your videos. It will be random, but I will tell you the one truth I found. Okay, brilliant. I will look for that. I love hearing true stuff. And the one truth I found in life is if you approach everyone and everything with love, I'm not saying like love, like you're going to go hunt their leg or snog them or whatever, but love as in just, it sounds so hippie, like radiate love and just treat other people as human beings, that life gets a lot better. I used to be a very shallow, shitty person, and my life was shit because I was shit. Does that make sense? I don't know. You are what you eat. Who knows? I didn't eat shit, but I treated people like shit, and that was not good. Okay. Shit, I have to read these. Yeah, no shit. Stranger things have happened. Dimension portals open and things come through. It's true. I believe that. I never liked Mike either, and Dillman blocked me for calling him out. Yeah, Jeff Dillman is a pill-popping drunk freak. Don't know, but he sure likes his bit of power. He sure likes being a moderator. And I think if the channel has to have a moderator, like why? I understand if you're getting a shit ton of hate, but I always found that very weird. Like you can't even talk about a conspiracy theory on there, or religion, or politics, or even though Mike proclaims to be some sort of fucking socialist, which he wasn't. I always found that very strange. Like, I don't know. I gave a picture of my passport and driver's license to Joanne, so I have nothing to hide. Whoa. It's getting serious, Rick. Lexi, you're way too cute for the slabs. You'll need a detail if you go out there. I don't know. I mean, I can't compete with country and all those gals. Rich, you should so come to the United States. I think Rick should. Mike always seemed kind of creepy, but even had me fooled. For a pedo, it's sickening. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I honestly think if that had gone on further, there'd be a kind of Jim Jones, Manson thing going on. It was all getting a bit. Come here, bring your kids. Which why? I think. I mean, it's disgusting what happened to those two kids. I think we should count ourselves lucky that it wasn't a lot more. I mean, there's probably a lot more in the past, to be honest, but I have suspicions about what went on there because I mean, those people, sadly now with the internet, they rarely work alone, and the investor shit, and hey, let's just have this place in the middle of the desert. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Uh, Zane is chill. He left when he saw Adobe's departure. I mean, I'm not going to say I 100% trust any of them, to be honest, at this point. I think I think Cal and Zane were sort of treated like shit and were probably sick of it. And from the outside, I mean, I wasn't there, I don't know, but it looks like they were just. It looks okay. The one thing I'll say, I don't think Cos is a great person, and I don't like how he's virtue signaling. But I will say the one thing Cos said, which would ring true from everything that El Joe, that Zane and Cal said, was that Mike gets people there and just works them and works them and works them and locks the food away and is really weird about stuff and crazy controlling. And that's kind of like a cult leader type mentality as well. It reminds me of, I don't know if any of you guys seen it, the Kool-Aid guy, Jim Jones, how he treat people. Like they were all like his workers and shit like that. And yeah, crazy. Yeah, me too. I mean, I said it before. I mean, I think they should be tested on rather than animals. Like little innocent animals haven't done anything wrong, and they shouldn't be tested on. So, oh God, I'm always in your dreams, guys. Now I'll have a great day because I know I will. Yeah, you have a great day getting arse raped, Mike. Go, go, you with your bad self in the showers. I have to say, the amount of fake Mike accounts is amazing. I get myself scotch in here, gel aged. Hey, let's see, where the fuck has Zane been? No idea. No idea. Possibly at the Mexican border trying to get a donkey out. We don't know. Yeah. I think Rick, you should go to Slab City and like do a stream. Be funny. Zane likes the attention though. I talked to him and he's having a blast. Well, that's good. I tried to call Mike Dibble out a year ago and everyone came down on me. That's the thing. Like, it's you couldn't say anything negative. Anything. I only questioned what his tattoo was, and I was like, I couldn't see their videos for ages. So weird. Couldn't question him, but that's what they do. They limit free speech, so their little cult members can't be unbrainwashed. It's sick, man. Sick. Mike is a slave driver, and that's what I said. Jim Jones. He only allowed the help to smoke pipe tobacco, for fuck's sake. That's crazy. It's insane. And like Jim Jones was like on a lot of drugs as well. It wouldn't surprise me if like Mike was on meth or something like that, because the way he acted around people, it's just either he's just a complete controlling psychopath, or I don't know, he's like a meth addict or a cokehead or something. But that's no excuse to like touch a kid. So I honestly think that's kind of worse than killing someone, because that person has to live with that shit for what? Fucking 90 years? 80 years? It's fucked. That's so fucked. Oh my god, this Goonie Mike guy is gonna get like my channel reported. Yeah, it did. It got really cultish. I don't really use Facebook. I'm on Instagram. It's Lexi_unicorn33. That's probably like the best place. Or I use the YouTube messages a lot if you want to get in touch. Rick at the Slabs. I'm too small for that. Apparently you're huge. What's the point in all the fake accounts? I guess I just don't get it. I think it's just like for jokes. Like a lot of them are just funny. Yeah. Cos is in on it. He's a piece of shit, allegedly. I don't know. Cos, I said it earlier. Cos creeps me out a bit. The wayward girls shit, and now he's like, "Hey, I'm the good guy. You know, come join my fundraiser." I just think, just because someone's creepier than you doesn't make you a fucking angel. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. I only just found out Mike's shorter than me. Which I'm 5'7". I should have gone there and just towered the fuck. I could have took him. Damn it! Why didn't I get to beat up Mike? It's so unfair. Rick could eat 88% of Mike. Is Mike just like up to like your waist or something, Rick? I don't know. The fake accounts are funny. That's about the only point. Yeah. And I think as well, like I did have a fake account on the Goonies chat, because mine, I just kept getting like time out and blocked and stuff. So I did make fake accounts on there to like say stupid stuff, and then it just get blocked straight away. So you'd have to make another one. I think the thing is as well, a lot of like people that have been in the Hobo Army or the Goonies or whatever for like so long, people are like, "Oh, but Lexi's nice. She wouldn't say that." So then, if you want to kind of say something negative, I just made a fake account, because then on my normal account, I could still sort of keep an eye. Does that make sense? Because I just kept getting banned. Hang on. The fake, I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to let nobody get hurt. And that's a good way to be. Jim Jones originated in San Francisco, my favorite city. I love San Francisco. Yeah, I think Mike probably did too, you know. I don't know. You can't eat. Rick's a man's man. Oh wow, you know my name. Come on, no doxing in the chat, guys. Jesus. Please don't get me swatted. I don't want to get arrested. I really don't. Don't swat me. The Mike Dibble account makes me... I know. I find it funny. Oh, God. I could have took Mike. Yeah, I could have. Apparently he was like 5 foot. That's why everyone had to sit right behind him so he looked bigger. It's like if I had a 6 foot guy sitting in the corner there, I'd look really tall. What the fuck? How pathetic, man. Like, at this point, we need to just laugh at all his bullshit. I mean, I know it's fucked up and it's sad, but what a loser. He's going to have a tough time in prison, that little guy, and I'm fucking glad. Don't block this tool. What tool? Oh, hey, Voodoo Ninja. I saw your face. I know who you are now. Yes, Adobe is weird, but I don't think he is involved with the nasty night stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I find it weird how he took, I don't know, he took all his videos down and all that motorbike shit. And I mean, I said it before, I was waiting for like the Just Giving or GoFundMe to come up for his like mad expensive medical treatment he needs in like Cancun, Mexico, or in the UK or somewhere, where he'd try and get like 30 grand out of everyone. Or I was waiting for that kind of shit to come up because don't forget, like, what didn't he say was like a professional model, a pro surfer? He was in the army. He's got an IQ of 200. Like, I mean, the guy is like, you know, he's good people. I don't know. I think at best he's a scammer. Um, at worst, he knew something, allegedly. Um, Lexi, if you actually see me yesterday, then you would be like, okay, I'm cute like you. I'm sure you are. Um, I'll go have a look in a bit. Fuck this mic account. Adobe deleted his videos for a reason. I think because he knew he was caught in a web of lies. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gay, but Rick Sanchez is handsome. Rick is hot. Jesus. Damn, Rick looks like Shrek. Fuck. I've got this image in my mind now of Rick being like this massive, like, rugby player that's like 6 foot or something. I don't know. Rick is old. Rick is too old for me, says Mike Goonies. Yeah, figures Mike. Motorbike shit. Ninja, you the hottest dude. I like Ninja with the mask on, but I'm kind of messed up. I'd take down my pids if my body was a pedo. Adobe is really weird and has lied and admitted it, but I don't think he's a pedo. Who knows? I don't know. I wouldn't know whether he is or not. I've never met the man. But I think he's at least a scammer and has been caught out lying. And I'm just glad, like, everything's getting exposed. And that is why the first, like, live stream I did, I told everyone all of my biggest secrets because someone was threatening to expose me over the fact I used to have an addiction and I did, like, fucking shitty things to get money and I lied to people and they were going to, expose all this stuff. If you've got shit like that, fucking minor level shit, expose yourself because people will hold that shit over you. And then, yeah, if you're a pedo, just go kill yourself, basically. I don't think they should exist. Ninja, you're the hottest dude I follow in the US. Rest easy, bud. Lexi, what decade do you wish you were born in and why? Born in? I wish I was born in the 50s. No, wait. In the 50s, so I could have been a teenager in the late 60s and hung out with like Brian Jones and Jimi Hendrix and, all those dudes. And then I'd have been in my 20s and 70s and just done a load of acid and been a little weirdo. Probably running around the West Coast with like flowers in my hair and all that sort of shit. But then I'd have liked to have been friends with Georgiana, the Duchess of Devonshire. I think she was pretty cool. I don't know. And I've got a bit of an obsession with like Oscar Wilde and then also Byron and all those dudes. So I don't know. I mean, but in those times, like 17th, 18th, early 19th century, you'd have to have been very rich to have like even a decent sort of life. And also women were kind of treated like shit. So yeah, let's go with like, I wish I was born in like the 50s. and then I could have like grown up and gone to like really cool gigs and yeah. Why 1776 for you, Ninja? I'm not too up on my US history. Explain it to me. Or have I just said like some like mad racist shit without realizing it? Oh, of course, Charles. Like, honestly, like I'm subscribed to all of your channels. Like, the one good thing I think that's come out of all of this mess is the amount of smaller channels and like just like not normal people because no, like no one's normal, but like decent actual fucking good people that are like starting to make videos and stuff. Like Charles live streams really good. Ninja streams are funny. El Joe is amazing. Um, who else? Good Job Buddy. Like bordering a little bit on Keemstar Drama Channel territory. So I think you should watch that. You know, do it like less scripted. I don't know. But he was in radio and shit, I think. So that makes sense. Who's the other? Bunt is a really cool guy. Joanne, like so many like nice people. Um, and it's amazing because I'm seeing like and like learning about like parts of Dallas. I'd have never in a million years thought Dallas was cool. And then I saw Bunt's videos and they're really cool. I'd have never thought about going to where Charles is from. It looks amazing. Like, and it's interesting to hear like different political viewpoints from like outside of the American media and like internet figures and you know all that shit. It's nice just talking with like real people, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm probably not articulating that well, but I think that's one good thing to come from the whole fucking Goonies mess and the hobo thing is that a lot of people are starting channels, and I love it. I think everyone should have one. Um, You just cooked some buffalo chicken wings. Oh, you won't like me. I'm vegan. And he's not a pedo, but he's happy enough to turn a blind eye to it, just like I extracted from COS today, allegedly. Interesting. Man, guilty by association. And that's, yeah, Oscar Wilde is your favourite. Yes. Like, virtual high five. Can't do it. I'm so stressed at the minute. I like picked all my nails off and I've grown them for like months and they're all pointy and long like a witch. And I picked them all off. So sad. So much stress. Many stress. Um, my God, I need a girl with an accent like mine and my life is complete. Come to London. There's fucking hundreds of us. Thousands. You'll get one. Lexi, I agree. More smaller channels with normal people. Yeah, exactly. And just seeing like fucking everyone's day-to-day life, I'm like living for it. I love it. I want to go on a camping trip with Lexi. Yeah, come. I love camping. There's a forest near me called Epping Forest. Like if you look it up, it's a bit of a spooky history, but it's so beautiful and it's on the verge of peaceful and scarily quiet at night, but you can see like so many stars and just yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. But I'm always too scared to go by myself. So it'd be good to have peeps come with me. GJB is an enemy of mine. Oh, pray tell why. See, I'm not up on like the little beefs and like who said what about what and kind of like you are cool, Rick, but I haven't seen your streams yet, but I'm sure they're funny because you're like one of the funniest people in the comments and stuff. You and Charles are just, yeah. Do I drink tea or coffee? Coffee and zero sugar Monster energy drink because I like to give myself heart failure slowly, apparently. Rick, everyone knows you're cool. I love vanilla lattes. That's like my. I know it's such a like basic white girl, basic bitch thing, but I do love vanilla lattes. Um, Daily lattes. Awesome, Rick. You make me laugh every day now. Rick is awesome. Honestly, all you guys that are in here, I've got like the fucking cool kids in my stream. I feel honoured. I listen to Stephen Fry narrate Sherlock every night. Oh my god, that just sent me to sleep like that. I love Stephen Fry though. Have you seen him play Oscar Wilde in the film Wilde? Like, he just reminds me of Oscar Wilde. I don't know why. I think he's like reincarnated or some shit. Sweet, let's go camping. We can shoot guns. Would you really trust me with the gun? Honestly, like for real. You'll like them and not be afraid of them after. No, I've shot guns and I enjoyed it. Like I went to that. What's the one at Las Vegas? It's quite a famous one, and I enjoyed it. It's a powerful feeling. I got like scarily into it, and I can see why people do it. But I don't know. I don't know. I just, it's fine when like a sane person has a gun. It's a bit scary when nutters are running around with them. Um, you're like them done that coffee, no sugar. God, like hardcore. British stereotype busted. I mean, yeah, when I was in LA, like I was talking to someone about this the other night. All my friends were like taking me to like fucking high tea places with like scones and like little cakes and teapots, thinking that's what like my thing was. And you can get that here, but apart from kind of 80-year-old women and women's institutes and stuff like that, and little villages that have tea with the vicar, or on cruises, and that's not really a thing. Um, for most people, older people love that shit. Um, we've become very Americanized. We've got Starbucks everywhere, and yeah, I think some American people would be a bit disappointed that we're not all sitting around with like little teacups and none of the men speak like Hugh Grant. It's yeah, it's it's interesting here. Like when my American friends have come, they've enjoyed it, but they've found it a little bit small. Um, and there's not good air conditioning everywhere, which people don't believe. Um, sure, you're pretty normal. You'll do great shooting. Got to be safe about it, but obviously it's fun. Okay, Lexi, don't shoot me, Jesus. Yes, let's believe it or not, I'm well versed with the tales of Sherlock and Oscar's own. I believe you're very intelligent, Rick. Like I never doubted that for a minute. You went to LA. That's right. I hope you had fun. LA as well. I loved LA. Um, it was a bit overwhelming for me there because I was there quite a while, too long, in fact. And it's a very different culture, and I didn't have a driving license at the time, so I was essentially fucked and like reliant on Uber. Um, so if I went, like, I'd get my license, and I think I'd have a better time. And I think I went there, like I went on Tinder and like mad stuff there. Was it Tinder? I think Bumble had just come out, and I was on Bumble there, and I was kind of dating there, and I think that warped my trip a bit, if that makes sense. I don't know. I was thinking of doing some. Okay, so I've downloaded Streamlabs. Okay, this is my plan. I've downloaded Streamlabs, not for donations. I'm not going to set up donations or any of that shit, because it's so weird. I see this as like a video log of just getting my thoughts out, so they don't like consume my brain and keep me up at night. But in terms of like walking around and doing like fun things, I've downloaded Streamlabs and their OSB, and I'm trying to set it up so I can stream on like, how can I explain it? Like stream on my phone when I'm out, So I've got that app. And then on my laptop and my phone when I'm in, so you can see like the interface on my phone. You know what I mean, like mirroring. And I think what I'm gonna do is like do some like going through Tinder and live streams, or like, okay, whatever site you guys say. There's one in the UK I kind of want to go on and troll, and it's called Toffee, and it's for like public school or private school rather, kids. And I think it would be quite funny, not kids as in kids, but like 18 to like 30. So it would be kind of funny to go on and like show you guys the sort of messages I get on Tinder, and have you guys kind of like help me write funny responses. And then I don't know, I don't think, like, I know anything for views goes and meets up with people. I don't think that's a good idea as like a girl or a woman or whatever. But I thought that would be quite funny. Anyway, let me know if you think I should do that, because I'm just literally downloading all that software now. Okay. Da-da-da. Whoa, I'm so behind, sorry. Some reason women love me. I love you, Paul. I've never shot. An indoor range in Missouri has plenty of places out in the country to go plinking. What's plinking? I like that word. I need to find my cannabis pipe. Lexi, in San Francisco, you do not need a car. Yeah, I love San Francisco, and I wouldn't be able to drive there anyway because it's so fucking hilly. But I loved it. I loved the tram. I loved the buildings. I loved the shops. I loved the bars. But I was there kind of with my family. So, you know, like when you're with your mum and dad, like you can't really go off and do what, you know, you're doing family shit. So I'd love to go back there properly. I loved as well, so beautiful. Like we drove from San Francisco to like LA, San Diego, and Big Sur. That was stunning. Tinder, really, yeah. I've been single now. I worked it out. Do you want to hear something embarrassing? I have been single for 2 years. That is how much my ex like messed my head up. 2 years, guys, and I've been celibate for a year and a half. The fuck? What is going on? What is happening? I think I just scare men away. Like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's the grey hair. It's like a man repellent. But I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So I think the problem is with me on Tinder, I just end up just trolling with my own pictures and name, which is so stupid. But Tinder has fricked me up. Oh, hang on, Paul Campbell. 2 clicks from cooking methamphetamines in the desert. Jesus, don't do it. You'll never leave. 10 years will flash by. Tinder has fricked me up this year. Oh, God. Religion shouldn't matter, but you know, tells the way everyone has a preference, I guess. Lex, am I correct in thinking that you are a type of girl who just never clicks with a fella, always seems to waste your time? No. There's I in the past, because of the not mental problems, but the addictions I had, and I had no self-esteem whatsoever and stuff like that, and I just didn't care. Like, I was always a bit too chill, because like when you're on opiates you're very chill. So I ended up with like 2 in a row, like quite abusive people, but I was so off my head, like I couldn't notice it, if that makes sense. So I was a little bit brainwashed. So I don't recommend opiates because, number one, you let people treat you like shit, and number two, coming off them is so awful. But just a PSA there. join Chatterbait, Jesus. But do I click with people? Yeah, I click with people, but I seem to go for emotionally unavailable men, as my therapist would say. I go for emotionally unavailable men. But for the past 2 years, honestly, Rick, I haven't given a fuck. Like, I just didn't care. I don't know if anyone's been in that zone where you've been so, like, focused on your shit that the thought of getting in a relationship is just, you're just like, no. I don't know. I gotta charge my phone, it's going down in battery. It was good chatting with everyone. See you later. Oh, thank you, working to be self-sufficient. I really enjoy love that. Da, da, da. Oh, you don't have to mash the like button, but thank you, Rural Rules. And because I subscribe to you, I subscribe to everyone. I love that. Because Rick took back a message. I dread to think what that was. Fast eyeball Paul. What the fuck? This is way better than Caddy's. I like Cadillac Sam, but then again, I just don't trust anyone at the minute. So I'm sort of staying away from live streams, apart from like Big Max Balls and For Real, and yeah. And LJ, he seems cool. He has like good vibes. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's that thing, isn't it? A lot of people have said it, like once bitten, twice shy. Why is he your biggest enemy, Charles? I would have thought you guys would be on the same page. I don't know. Do I consider myself prettier than Lauren Southern? Because honestly, I give you both a bubble bath only at the same time. What the fuck? I don't know who she is. Let me see. Let's look her up. Lauren Southern. I don't watch TV or anything, so Lauren Southern. Oh, no, I wouldn't. She is stunning. Let me get a good picture up for you guys. Can you see? She's like beautiful. I don't consider myself prettier than her. You see? She's like model pretty. I'm like not even catalogue model anymore. I'm just holding on. I can't stand his voice. Oh. I mean, I think they're put on voices. I think. I had fun in Cadillac Sam's live stream earlier, but this is definitely my most favourite live. Oh, thank you so much. So cute. And I don't mean that. That sounds patronising when I say it, but I mean it in a nice way. Lauren is an activist. How do you not know her? Because I don't know everything. Like I'm honestly, I'm all right, but I'm not that smart. Let's have a look. Lauren Sullen. She's very pretty. Okay. Whoa, this is why I haven't heard of her. Lauren Southern is a Canadian political activist, internet personality, and journalist. She has been described as far-right and alt-right, though she has claimed she's not alt-right. So is it kind of like a female Jordan? I love Jordan Peterson, as it goes. Yeah, he's coming up as linked. Is it like a female? I mean, I'll check her out. But who else likes Jordan Peterson? I like him because I like the way he explains things, although I don't agree with some of what he says. Same with Ben Shapiro. I just like listening to him argue because he's a brilliant debater. But I don't agree with a lot of what he says. Oh, thank you, Charles. You're very kind. P.S. Everyone, I smashed it. What, Lauren Sullen? Rick's a star fucker. Rick's a groupie of Lauren. What's her name? Let's see. Where have you been in the US? All around. I went to Galveston, but I was only there for one night, and we stayed in like the cheapest motel there was there. And I think it's gone now. It's called the Mariner Inn, and it was like not great. It had like 1 star, because we were just traveling and getting on a boat from the thing there. Where else have I been? LA, San Diego, Vegas a lot. I love Las Vegas. Where else? I'm trying to think. Mexico doesn't really count. San Diego. Went to Border Town just past San Diego, but I can't remember what it was called. It was when I was young. Back like 20 years ago when I was young. Trying to think. Never been to Hawaii. Always wanted to go. I really want to go to Austin. That's like a lot of my friends have been there and loved it. For the music festival there. Where else have I been? Kind of been mainly West Coast, so like the OC, LA for a long time, San Francisco, San Diego, then into Mexico. Sort of done that thing, if that makes sense. What's the other? No, that was San Diego. Where's Alcatraz? That's San Francisco, isn't it? Yeah. So that's sort of my experience. I'd love to see more of the South and more of the North, and I also really, really want to see like the East Coast, like over that way, like New York, and go up. The scenery is meant to be beautiful on that sort of coastline. Also, really want to visit friends in Boston. They love it there. A lot of Irish peeps there. So yeah, I need to get back there. I need to. Like it's imperative. Jordan Peterson rocks. Yeah, I think Jordan Peterson is he's something that like young guys need, or like even guys in their 30s and 40s, because there's no kind of solid male role models at the minute that aren't all about, hey, look at all my shit, look at my cars, look at my houses, whereas he's actually just like, improve yourself. I mean, on the left you got people like Russell Brand, but he's a celebrity, so it's sort of skewed, but I think he's a positive thing, and I think the left are like quite terrified of him. Been around the block, I have. Hey Ninja, you're cool too. I really want to borrow your mask. I'd end up having you as well, Lex. It won't be. Oh god, Jesus, that sounds a bit dodge. Rick. Hawaii rocks. Yeah, I'd love to go there. Rudy says, I'd love the South. I think I would, just for one reason. I've heard from my friends that are like vintage buyers from the UK. They find like the best like vintage clothes in like the South, like Texas and further south as well. And I was in Texas like briefly, and yeah, the people were really nice. It's just unfortunate I was like staying in literally a rat infested and roach filled motel, which was my fault because I didn't, I wasn't into TripAdvisor then. So yeah, but Galveston Beach was pretty cool. Whereabouts in the South are you, Voodoo? And like, what's there? What's like the fun things? I do smoke THC concentrates in the United States, though. Is it? I love the UK. I haven't managed to go there. Oh, it sucks. I mean, technically, guys, on a technicality, it is legal in the UK for medicinal use, although the laws have not been put through yet. Mainly for, I think, epilepsy. Rick will probably know a bit better than me. But yeah, it's getting there, but it'll probably take like a year for the medical thing to come in. And I don't know if we're going to have a policy like how California was, where it's like you get your card and go to dispensaries. I think it will be sort of cannabis tinctures through our NHS, which, I mean, if they don't let people grow it at home. I think people will anyway, because surely if you get a medical license, that, yeah, you should be able to grow a little bit. I don't know. Rick will probably know better where it's at. But technically, on a technicality, it's legal for medicinal use, which, like, that's huge for the UK. But I'm hoping within like 3 years they'll just legalise. But then when they legalise, every law takes so long over here, like it's a joke. But you'd be okay. You'd be okay here, Paul. It's everywhere. There's coffee shops and all sorts in London. Amsterdam is amazing. Amsterdam's fucking beautiful as well. I know it's all like sex shops and peep shows and weed, but it is like beautiful. Paul Bigelow, Mel Gigolo. Russell has been posting some Kundalini recently. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I do love Russell Brand. He's cool. I like that he owns his shit, you know, if that makes sense. And he tries to help people. Submit to my Gigolo ass. You kindness in the South, though, you'll find a real American man there. Yeah. It's weird, actually. For the past, like, two and a half years, a lot of the guys, like, I'd spoken to, like, I have been American, or they've been American living in the UK. But, yeah, weird. Voodoo is the only cool person I know in Alabama. Oh, Alabama. Fuck, that's like, is that technically the deep South? See, I'd love to go to Alabama because I think we're fed a very different narrative here of what it's actually like. Does that make sense? Like, when I think of Alabama, I think of like pickup trucks and guns and fucking, like, I don't know, like proper like deep South Americana. But then I don't know, not all places in Texas seem to be like Texasy. Does that make sense? Like, our opinion of Texas in the UK would be like big hair, oil money, you know? It's different. What? Voodoo don't need that Viagra. He's in his 30s. Just said, oh, Jesus. Man, what is going on? Smoke weed wherever you want in the UK. Worst you will get is confiscation and a slap road. Definitely not cool. Well, unless it's a kilogram. It's true, Rick. Yeah. It's just, you know, I'd rather not have rather not have them take it off me, you know? I don't know. It's definitely a lesser offence than, yeah, still some parts of America. There's cement blocks in Bama, Lexi. What does that mean? I'm so slow. Cement blocks. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm not writing. I'm not reading that. I should go soon. It's getting late. Okay, did I miss anything? Rick, do you know about the current law? Because you're like good at laws and stuff, and I'm not. I want to know like the state of the law right now for medical, and like I think they're going to end up giving it in big like tinctures that will be controlled by the pharmaceutical industry. 10 to 2, so 1:49 a.m. something like 50% of the US population is in jail for marijuana offences. I know, it's fucking shocking. And he was in an Arizona prison, and he's a YouTuber, and he does like podcasts and talks. And he's this English guy that he was like, I think he was selling like pills or MDMA or something in Arizona. And he went to an Arizona prison, like this little bald-headed, tiny English guy. And his stories of that prison, it's just fucking like insane. And he explains it way better than I could. That prison in the US is just, it's an industry. And it's essentially one of our versions of modern day slavery, which is fucking scary, man. Scary. Once someone takes your freedom for some weed, and you're just worked to death, it's a bit fucked. Oh my god, Lexi, still streaming. No one offered to take you to their private island yet. I know, right? What the fuck, guys? Get me on a yacht. Stat. I'll put bikini on and everything. Jesus. No one will offer to take me to their private island, sadly. Oh, that's a good idea for a stream, like troll seeking arrangement, or like sugardaddy.com. That could be a funny stream. Do you know Harry Potter? No, sadly not. I haven't even read it, which is like sacrilege. I know, almost too. Rick, you know Sean, like personally, or like check the channel. It's Sean Outwood, right? He is amazing. When I said I will stand behind it, that means everybody start talking so it goes away. What? I'm so confused about that. When I said I will stand behind it, that means everybody start talking. So, am I high as fuck, or does that make no sense? I think I should go to bed. I lived in Arizona. Arizona looks cool. It looks like hot as fuck there, but it looks cool. He lives in Scotland now. That's got a beat like an American prison. Women love the trolls. I do love the trolls. Harry Potter sells crack in Harlem. Figures. Yeah. When are you bringing those? Jesus. Oh, God. I've got like all of the mega trolls in like one stream. I feel like this is like Inception. I don't know. I kind of enjoy reading your chats because it's just cheering me up. But, okay, no, I need to ask you guys like a serious question before I go. This was like the whole point of this. And now I've got like red eye and I'm like hungry as fuck and I can't concentrate. But the serious thing I wanted to ask you guys was, would you rather the in real life walking around stuff, if I just got to figure out the data stuff, or would you prefer like funnier stuff? Like for instance, like showing you guys some of the shit I get sent, which is quite random, as in like messages and stuff on dating sites that are insane, and then like trolling them, and I'll put a little little box. I figured it out, you know what I mean, mirroring. Or should I stick to like going out and about in London? What do you guys think? I agree. Oh, hang on. Night Lexi, if you're leaving us. Okay. Oh, sorry, Charles. I'm not leaving yet. I agree. I want to see a Rick Sanchez and Lexi Unicorn on a date live stream. What the hell? I don't think even Rick would want that. If Rick comes to London, I'll do it. I will go meet up with him on stream. But I'm a bit scared to go to like, I think, where Rick lives, and it's just a silly idea. I create my entertainment, hence the trolling. Yeah. I like London. Okay. Show us Big Ben. Okay, Big Ben. Let me write that down because I'll forget it. That's the first one then. Houses of Parliament. I like the idea of London. I just don't want to get arrested. You won't get arrested here, honestly. I've done some crazy stuff and I've been fine. So, does Rick live in the hood? No, Rick lives in like the sort of north of England. Walkers on London Bridge. Okay. I can't. I'm too suburbanized. Well, I'll meet you in the suburbs then. I'll meet you in Essex or fucking Harlow or Enfield or Uxbridge or some suburban shithole outside of London. If that'll make you feel more comfortable. What can I do? I walked you around the suburbs and you said it looked like a council estate, so I can't win. Rick has money. Oh, Jesus. I hope, let's see, I shall not offend you if I state quite frankly and open that you seem to me to be, I'm too hard to read. You seem to me to be in every, oh, that's very sweet, but it's not true. I actually have like 3 legs. No, I have like a mermaid tail under here that I just flap away and you can't see it. Oh God, I need to go to bed. Serious quids. Rick, I am suburbanized, but I do a lot of off-grid in the wilderness stuff where I'm at. See, come to London and do like inner city wilderness. We can go foraging or something. What knows? I don't know. Oh, Oscar Wilde, sorry, I'm way too tired and not with that, Rick. Rick's laying the Mac game down. I hope Mac's okay, talking of Mac. I saw these videos called London Hats. That dude was living it up on £1 a day. Yeah, I saw those. I left a comment on there, so just saying, like, if anyone's in London and needs help, and got absolutely attacked. I can't. Rick's such a tease. God. See, this is what happens, Rick. You called it. But, Lindsay's a 10 if she brushes her teeth. Oh my God. Toothbrushing, live toothbrushing stream. Is it because I smoke so much? Probably. But not all English people have bad teeth. I probably have lipstick on mine. No. Right. We got braces here, arrived in the late 90s. So the people coming up with good teeth. Chances are 2 if he gets rid of his pals. What the fuck? We're all 10s, guys. We're all 10s on the insides. Well, I'm probably a 7 because my lungs are probably a bit fucked, but are you going to dye your hair a new colour? Yeah. I need to keep it a natural colour. This probably isn't very natural, but the grey I'm going to keep for another little while. But after that, I was thinking like a light pink. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do what you want to be. Do what you do. It seems to be working. I like your streams. You're pretty chill. Ah, thank you. That means a lot because I get worried that, I really get in the mood to stream. Because to be honest, I've got a lot of like family shit going on. So like this shit just makes me laugh. Like I could just sit on the stream and read all of your like chats and stuff. I just think it's brilliant. And yeah, I can't remember what saying. Yeah, it just means a lot that you're not like completely bored and annoyed and sick of me. White. Whoa, like Daenerys White, Game of Thrones sort of style. I've lost £40 sterling since I've been in Denver, Rick. White shall look like Gandalf. Should I just rock like a whole new wizard look and just dye it completely white and just walk around with like a big fucking stave? That's the look. Like I'm almost ready. I'm almost prepared to just ask, what? I'm always. Am I going insane, or is that not a sentence? Husky. I don't know. Do the motherfucker like a rainbow. What? Skittles up my hair? I don't know. I'm tempted. Storm from X-Men. Yeah. Could be a look. Lex, if I was 20 years younger, you could be a target for Mike. But I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. Oh my god, if you don't laugh, guys, you just cry. Like how fucked it is. I don't know. So no one votes for grey or pink then. Mike won't get a chance at these kids. Yeah. God, I hope he doesn't settle or gets, I don't know. Gotta think positive that he'll just sort of stay locked up. Because it seems like he got out of a scrape before. A scrape. Like a fucking paedophilia allegation before. Like, I don't know, some people told me he like settled, like with the family. So that indicates he's got money behind him, which is worrying. I don't know. I was kind of hoping he'd be like stuck with a shitty, state defense lawyer. But I don't know. I hope he hasn't got money behind him. Apparently, the sponsor has left the country. Can you hear that? There's like a crazy person outside my window. If I go missing on stream, will you guys like call the police? Can you hear that? I think it's just like a drunk dude. Mike does laundry for Big Steve now, wearing a penny. God. Oh, damn. Damn. Jesus. Is that you, Rick, just standing underneath my window, just shouting shit? Can you hear that? It's two guys arguing. Okay. Hey, Joanne. Hey, I've missed loads of Joanne's streams as well. Are you going to stream in a bit, Joanne? Sorry, I'm so caught up in like what's going on out there. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Okay, basically they're having an argument. Okay, from the sounds of it, they're like squaring up to each other. Damn it, I might have to switch to my phone to film this and get on like fucking World Star or something. Oh, I love Joanne. You're so nice. My live chat keeps going black. I don't know why. Can't see anything. Oh, okay, I was on Twitch chat. I'm an idiot. Not tonight. I'm still not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, so I can get on my channel. Oh, do you mean like the videos, or do you mean like other stuff you've got to do? I had such like good intentions. I was like, oh, I'm gonna stream all over London and like do stuff like that, and then no, still in my little throne with the unicorns and all the mess. I've put like my whole life on eBay, like a lot of stuff. Oh, thank you, Rick. Carl Pilkington wouldn't get involved. No, he wouldn't. I'm not going to get involved. I'm just going to hide. I would love to do a live stream with yours, Joanne. Yeah. I love seeing like Joanne's little dogs. They're so cute. Lexi, I get almost as hard with you as I do listening to Rick, but Ricky wins. There you go, Rick. No, house stuff. I think I'm going to have to shave my dog so I can stream and get that done. Oh, do you mean like a stream of you shaving your dogs? Because that would be everything. I'd watch that. I need to, I was going to film like a dog walk, but I don't know. I had a really weird experience like walking my dogs the other night, and now I'm just like freaked out to like go through like forests and parks here. I guess actually, if you're on live stream, you probably feel like a bit safer. I don't know. Oh my god, they look like Fallout victims when I'm done. Oh, so cute. So cute. Did y'all see Peeps CA donkey vid she made for me? My life is complete. I haven't seen it. I really want to see it. I'm going to watch that after. Peeps is an enigma. I'm going to buy a bulk eBay stuff from Lexi, then I'm going to use the return address and turn up like a little German in a box. Oh shit. I don't know. I was going to see there's not many girls, and the girls that are around are in America, so I was going to be like, oh, this is my eBay store if anyone likes vintage stuff, but shipping it to America is like costs more than stuff. So, but yeah, Rick, I mean, if you want some 60s dresses, knock yourself out. Pete CA, yeah. I mean, I don't know. She seems nice, but then she's like moderator everywhere, and I just don't trust these moderators, man. That are like moderators on every single channel. It's like, dude. Yeah, Paul, you should collab with Joanne, definitely. Tick in a box. Classic. No girl can resist that. Was that Justin Timberlake? Fuck, I'm old. Lexi, you rock. Thanks for this. I want to see the UK countryside though. Oh shit. Alright. I'll run through a forest and climb trees for you, Charles, like V1I. That's what I'll do. Have you thought about doing live streams through Hangouts? Just a thought. Yeah, I spoke to someone last night about this because I speak to like one of the peeps, not peeps, but one of the people on not on this stream, but just on streams in general. And we've been chatting, and we end up spending like 4 or 5 hours like talking just mad stuff about like aliens and conspiracies and just crazy shit. So I don't know. But then, would you guys get bored of like a 4-hour weird, trippy I don't know. I mean, I can do it, and I can do it with some of you guys if you want. That would be really cool. Climb trees for me, women. Okay, Tarzan. No, but yeah, I'll do it. I mean, that was kind of my original thought. But then at the moment, I think more people want to see like the iconic things in London. So I'll do that first. Then I'll go back to the forest near me. And I was in there. It's near where that big stately home is in North London. But I just kind of couldn't get any reception or data. So to sort of stream from forests and stuff like that, I don't know. Maybe I can get a booster or like another network. I wish I was on Mars one time. I go batshit crazy and block everyone, even YouTube itself. I'll let you be a mod on here if you want, Rick. No mods. That whole stuff, I don't know. It's like, you know, when you're a kid and you have like a prefect or a hall monitor, and they just think they're really important and they go a bit power crazy, some of them. I don't know. All weird stuff. Paul, come do a live stream with me. You can hold Slappy while I get in my clippers. Do it, Paul. That'd be amazing. You guys should do it. I'd so watch that. That was a pretty place. Yeah, and you know what was fucked with that? I'd say, it was about 31 Fahrenheit that day. And I spent about like 3.5 hours in the sun trying to get it to work. And then some of my like real life friends and family saw that I was there like through YouTube and whatever. And they fucking came there and didn't want to be on stream. So I had to stop after spending like literally 3.5 hours trying to get my 4G to work. That was such a joke. But now, because I sort of worked a bit in there and stuff, they're going to let me use Wi-Fi if I go back. So that would be amazing. But yeah, I love that stately home, and it's got a huge forest around it, and there's so much history there. I sort of wanted to talk more about the history, but I was very wary of like people who I know in real life just turning up, like people I don't want to see. But now I'm in a position where that doesn't matter so much anymore. Like I'm kind of legally protected with regards to that now. So it's all doable. It's getting there. That was like the main problem for me with like streaming in public. 3.2% beer. It is weird how like different states all have their own laws. That blows my mind. If I did run out of beer while I was there, I'd just mix the drink. Sci-fi to me. Eyeball Paul, what are you drinking? 31 Fahrenheit, the frick. Oh no, 31 Celsius. So what's that? 80 something, I think. 80 Fahrenheit. I drink to 11, which is 8.3% beer, and I also drink tequila and Crown Royal. It's been unusually hot for the past 2 months in the UK. It has. It's been like crazy. It's been the same temperature as like parts of America, which is just weird. Because we don't have, a lot of us anyway, don't have air conditioning in our homes. And there's no air conditioning on the tube. So temperatures on the tube were getting up to like 44 degrees, and I was just sweating my arse off. And my makeup was literally just down my face. I looked like a melted Barbie doll or something. It was so hot. Whereas in parts of America, the heat's bearable because you're going from like your air-conditioned house, like even if it's a portable thing, like it's decent, to like your car, and then you're going in like air-conditioned places. Here we're just not set up for the heat. Like all our older houses, like this one is like 1920s, 1930s, and it's built to keep the heat in rather than reflect heat and stuff. So yeah, it's been a struggle here, but thank God it's cooled down and it's rained, and there was a storm a little while ago, and it's just like so much nicer. That's plum hot. Joanne, I'm going to start asking you to see if people donate money so you can get my name tattooed on you. Oh, fuck, man. Everyone's like pairing up. There's like YouTube couples. I'm living for it. This is the future. I have AC in my house. Let's gotta keep the kidnapped victims cool. Fuck. That's fucking. I'd have gladly been kidnapped and gone there when it was that hot. If you had AC and a cold swimming pool, chain me up. That sounds so fucked. But seriously, that week was just horrible. I had like a Dyson fan back there, and I was literally sticking my head in it. It was a joke. It's a joke. I went to like Westfield just for air conditioning. I've been so sober for almost a year, so no alcohol for me. I don't really drink either, Jason, and it doesn't do it for me. I like just weed now. That's it, and the odd cigarette. But I drank. When did I drink? About 2 weeks ago, because it was like my first night out in like a long time, and I was like mega anxious. So I was like, oh, I have like a couple of drinks, and then people ended up buying me shots and stuff because I hadn't been out in so long, and I just felt so awful the next day that it's just, to me, it's not worth it anymore. I used to love drinking. I used to be terrible. Fuck you, Rick. Rick makes up like the shittiest rumors about me. Like, he puts in the comments that I'm like a fucking Holocaust denier, and now he's saying I'm in a wheelchair. It shouldn't matter, like, if I'm in a wheelchair. I'm not a Holocaust denier. I believe the Holocaust happened. Jesus. So fucked I even have to say that. Thanks, Rick. Jason, I don't drink at all, so we can be the designated drivers. Oh, God. That's the 4th time now, Lex. You're going to introduce us to the stranger in the room. Who? Oh, the ghost. Or I don't know. There are ghosts here. Okay. I'm just going to prove I have legs real quick. 1 second. Okay. Hi. I'm going to sit back. What's not cool? I hope I haven't tempted fate there. I'm kind of creeped out. Oh, I see. I'm just influenced, easily influenced. Can't speak tonight. Holy cow. I don't know. I'm super tall, so like I'm in a loft conversion. So literally, I can touch the ceilings. Joanne, I don't know if you remember me, but I was the first comment on your channel. LOL. I just like reading the chats. It's probably so boring for you guys. Before I go, what other random stuff should I spell out? Okay, so dear video diary, I've really got into like Margaret Atwood. Like, she wrote The Handmaid's Tale, and I read that at school, and I didn't remember it like, those are American names. Stop making me laugh. Jesus. Is that bad? I have like super long legs. I look like when I'm all like squished up like that, I look like a spider on one leg. And I've got like a really small torso. Like, I can never get abs ever. No matter how, like, I used to be like so into the gym, and no matter how hard I try, I can never get abs. It's like there's not enough room. I can't describe it. Lexi, do you want to see my basement? I filled it with sprinkles of glitter and tins of unicorn meat. I'm a vegan. It's not boring. I don't know. Reddit, boring. It's Rick, great. Feministic trash. Not you, the book. That makes a change. Usually it's me. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Oh my god, am I thick? Fuck. Jesus. Am I like H3H3, like thick with 2 C's? Because that's the dream. I've never been called thick before, but I'll take it. What was I going to say? No, this book, it's really good because at the moment I'm writing like, how do I describe it? A similar sort of vibe, like a novel about a woman in a certain time period. So I guess a period novel. And I'm trying to throw some stuff in there as well. But this is the way she kind of sets up a world and sets up mise en scene, like the era and everything is so accurate. I love her writing style. I don't know. Well, Charles will have to fight over the thick women then because they're my favourite too. Jesus Christ! I'm thick. The fuck? I'm gonna be like the new Ethan from H3H3. I imagine Lex is okay. No, he didn't. I just like I don't like being trolled, but I like, how can I put it? The humour. Internet humour. But yeah, I'm quite self-depreciating anyway. So I'd rather have a room full of trolls than a room full of like hardcore goonies, like any day of the week. I think I was thinking about this the other night. I think a lot of it as well is to do with like age. I think you've got some people on here in their like teens to 40s, maybe late 40s, who kind of get the internet and like get the meme, if that makes sense. And then I think there's some people who are like diehard Goonies people and have just gone over to the next one, and they're kind of older, like they're 50s plus, some of them. And I think that kind of shows in the way things have split a bit as well. Like the younger people, we've kind of been around YouTube and we've been around the internet scams and the e-begging and all of that, and we get how it works. And I think this is like the older people's first time being exposed to all that shit, maybe, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep soon. I said that like an hour ago, guys. What the fuck? Have you ever thought about kids, Lexi, or just been in a wheelchair? I've literally got my knee up. I wish, I don't wish, but this would be a pretty sick wheelchair, a little throne chair. Have I thought about kids? Yeah. Like whether I want kids, I don't know. It's a lot. That's a lot. It's like getting a tattoo on your fucking face. Like you need to be sure because you're kind of stuck with it, you know. And I don't know. I never thought it was the sort of life I want. I never thought having kids would be a good idea. And then it's actually been exposed to like different YouTubers and stuff, like Ginty Fell is one. I know she's a little bit cheesy, but she sort of travels around with a toddler and she still has like an adventurous life and does things and goes places. And I think one of my fears with kids is that I'd have kids with someone, he'd just like fuck off and leave me, and I'd just be like stuck and trapped. And I've got a weird thing about being trapped. But as I get older and like my ovaries are kicking in and all that shit, I have started thinking like, oh shit, I should probably have a kid. From about age 27, I was like, yeah, I should like procreate. But I think that's just a natural response in our like brains. I don't know. Have you ever thought about kid? I'm not seeing the thick thing. Damn it, I had it and then it was taken away. For like 10 minutes, I convinced myself I had like an arse and like stuff like that. No, Not for Lexi. Lexi gets no bum or ass. I go halves on the bastard if you want, just offering. I'll bear that in mind. I mean, you know, I might call you up in 5 years, Rick. Jason, you were my first. I wanted to have children, but I found out that I was grown in a test tube like one of those Westworld people. I can't. What colour hat did you have though, Paul? Hannah Lecter brushes my hair and I just voice chatted Stony. She's a cutie. She seems really cool. She seems really cool. Who else seems cool? Runs with scissors. Can't talk. Seems really nice. I went through a phase where I wanted to be a dad and a loving husband. Not anymore. What happened? I think once you start traveling, I don't know, you kind of want to go more places, more places, more places. And I know people do it with children, but the only person I've seen that sort of has the sort of style of life that I that looks okay, and like their kids like fiercely intelligent and like, yeah, I don't know, is that Jinty Fell woman, but you know, homeschooling looks like a lot of work, but then schools kind of teach questionable things. So I don't know. What's your guys' views on homeschooling? Good question. Have any of you been homeschooled or homeschooled your children? It's something I'm like really fascinated about at the minute. You were, Rick, for real, or are you just trolling me? I don't know whether to believe Rick on things or not. I went to like a very strict Catholic all-girls school. We had hats, we had a uniform, it was a thing. And the things I was taught was just nuts. You know, like creationism, and like I was taught with nuns for RE, and you know, kind of concept of other countries, only like English history, weirdly, for a Catholic school. But yeah, runs threaten Sue with thick needles. Jesus. Right, guys. Well, I should go. Oh, hang on. My dad said it was homeschool, but I knew it. I knew it was a troll. I knew it. My dad said it was homeschool, but I'm sure he just captured kids. Great. Thank you, Rick. On that note, on that like super serious question, was interested. I'm gonna go. But I hope like someone else goes on, like Joanne or Rick or Charles or someone. But yeah, thank you guys. I'm super tired, and I'm gonna go to sleep.